Got a pretty early start this morning and hiked back into the Narrows. This is my second day of being back in the Narrows on this trip. And this time I decided to bring along the 8x10 kit because there's a shot or two or three that I was hoping to take back in there. And so it's a bend of the river, a bend of the canyon that I've photographed in the past, which turned out pretty good, but I shot it on my 6x17, and I've always really wanted to capture it on the 8x10 because there's different compositional opportunities. And one of the things that's nice about going back to Zion year after year is, after a while you get very familiar with the glows that happen back in the canyon. And it becomes quite familiar and you kind of know what time the color is going to be good. So I set up a horizontal shot ahead of the color, waited around, and when the color happened I was able to make one exposure, but it was a little tricky because there were some clouds, and clouds have a tendency to kill reflected light, so I had to wait for a break in the clouds and also for a break in the people because there was a lot of people back in there today. But that's what happens when it's a Sunday and it's 70 something degrees in Zion, even if it's during the fall. So I'm hoping that shot turned out. I made the exposure on Kodak Ektar, which is a color neg film, which helps with the really high contrast. I was hoping to make two shots, but I only had one opportunity to shoot, so that's what I went with. When I was back in there, I did see some other shots that I've kind of added to the list to shoot probably tomorrow or the day after. And that's one of the cool things about going back to the Narrows, going back there, taking a shot, and then seeing another area that might be interesting, and then coming back the next day to photograph that. So that's classically how I've worked the Narrows over the past, I think, 6 years now. Another thing too, I've been really been feeling quite good about today because the first day of the trip I was kind of in a little bit of a slump as far as I didn't even have a campsite for the night. Didn't really have a plan as far as what to do. But now this is the third day of the trip and I'm kind of on a roll. So I got the security of the campsite and got the plan, and tomorrow the shuttle service ends so I can drive up the canyon, and that makes life a little bit easier as well. But I'm really feeling good about today. It was a really fun day, and looking forward to seeing what happens tomorrow.